Hey beautiful people, welcome to my channel. Today I'll be showing you guys how to make chin chin. We have our milk, 3 cups of milk. We have 12 cups of all-purpose flour, 18 tablespoons of butter. We have extra flour for dusting. We have our nut milk, 1 teaspoon of nut milk, 1.5 cup of sugar. We have our baking powder, 1.5 teaspoon of baking powder, pinch of salt, 4 eggs, and we have our milk. So we're gonna go ahead and put all the wet ingredients together. First we're gonna add our egg and the milk and our sugar too in the milk, and we're gonna go ahead to mix everything to combine. You're gonna mix everything. You're gonna do this gradually so it doesn't spill. So I had to change this to use this because this is easier to mix everything together. We're gonna make sure we have that good mix, after which we're gonna set this aside and we go with the dry ingredients. With the dry ingredients here we have the butter, and I'll go ahead and add my nut milk, baking powder, and a pinch of salt. You don't want to put too much of salt. If your butter has salt, you don't need to add salt. So we're gonna go ahead, use our finger mix to combine everything together. This is gonna look like a fine crumbs of bread after everything has been mixed together. Go in with your fingers. For those who have mixer, can go ahead and use their mixer. As you can see, yeah, yep, we have to keep mixing to make sure everything combines together so we can have that fine crumb bread look on the flour. As you can see, this is how you're gonna be doing yours too. After which we're gonna add the wet ingredients in the flour. We're gonna go ahead to mix to form a dough. We use our fingers to mix everything, to mix everything in order to come out with the dough. So we're gonna go ahead, mix everything. While mixing this to form a dough, we can always add water if you see, or if your flour or your dough is too hard, you can go ahead and add a little bit of water. But here, as you see, this is how my dough look like. So I will go ahead, take this off the pan, dust my surface with a little bit of flour, and I will put my dough on it and knead it to mix, to incorporate or mix everything together. I'm going to knead this. I'm going to knead it, knead it, knead it. As you see, oh, everything is good to go. So I'll be using a rolling pin. First I will dust the surface, and I will go ahead to dust the rolling pin too. I'll cut a little portion of the dough and I'll put it there. I'll use my rolling pin, put a little bit of flour because I don't want it to be sticky or the dough to stick on the rolling pin. And I will just go ahead to roll this, roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it, girl, roll it, girl. This is how you're gonna do yours too. For those who have the machine cutter, you can use your machine to roll your chin chin or cut your chin chin. Since I don't have the machine, I'll just go ahead and use my hands, the knife and my rolling pin. So right here, you see, you just use your rolling pin to roll everything. So I'll go ahead to use a knife. I'll be using a knife to cut this. See how I'm doing? This is how you have to do yours. Or you can decide to cut this on your own desirable shape that you want. You can cut it on any shape. So I cut this on little bit, on little pieces, and you see you can cut it, bring it, form it to your own desirable shape that you want. As you can see, this is how I did mine, you know. So why I'm adding a little bit of flour on it is because I don't want it to stick to each other. You see how I'm cutting. After this, I'm going to add a little bit of flour on it because I don't want it to get stick to get stick, because when it gets stick, when you fry it, it will be too sticky. So when you put a little bit of flour on it, when you fry it, it's not gonna be sticky on each other. When you put it in oil, it's gonna separate itself. As you can see, this is the easiest way, guys. This it didn't take me long to make this chin chin. Highest was an hour and I was done with everything. Yeah, as you see, I'm going to cut one more. Let's see, this is so easy, really easy to go. Yeah, go try this. As you can see, we have our oil on the fire. This is peanut oil. I put a little bit of chin chin inside because I just wanted to see if the oil is ready to be fried. So right now oil is hot. We don't want our oil too hot, because if it's too hot and chin chin is gonna burn on the outside while the inside is still raw. So you don't want it, you don't want your stove to be too low, like your chin chin is gonna drink oil. So the oil your stove has to be on medium. As you can see, and chin chin is almost getting ready. So you have to keep stirring this to make sure is cooked evenly on both sides. Guys, you see, and chin chin is ready. So right now I'm gonna go ahead to take this off the stove. Oh, Christmas. Christmas is chin chin, guys, and chin chin is ready. See, this looks so beautiful. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and comment. Thank you.